Inductive switches with over 100 million cycles. We have aluminum body with over 2 kilos. I mean, this is just insane, and many other specifications, but I need to tell you the name. This is Epomaker MAGCORE 87 TKL mechanical, well, inductive switch gaming keyboard, and it has RGB lights, of course. All in all, I have to say this keyboard, first of all, feels amazing when you take into consideration when you pick it up in your hands and when you feel the weight of it. Then the whole design is just simple, minimalistic, but then these couple of keycaps really make a bit of a difference, and then the RGB lights add that cherry on top with additional light. But that's not all, because we have loads of other stuff that we need to go through with this keyboard, and we're going to break it down. So let's start with everything what we have right here. So the main features are ultra responsive inductive switches. We have a VIA software programmable, which is also a possibility, well, basically backs up the keyboard completely and entirely, and I'm going to go through that software as well. Aluminum body construction, actuation adjustment for gaming, and customizable RGB lights. When we take into consideration some specifications, what we have is TKL ANSI US layout. We have 88 keys, Type-C cable for connectivity. Basically, it's wired keyboard, so there's that. Compatibility with Mac and Windows. Full case material is aluminum. And for the stabilizers, we have aluminum alloy plate compatible with screw-in stabilizers. We have gasket mount. There aren't any feet at the back, but you have 4 rubber feet that keep the keyboard steady on the surface of your table, so there's that, but no adjustable legs like that. PCB thickness 1.2 millimeters. Then we have the FR4 plate material. For the sound dampening, we have silicone sandwich foam plus IXP switch pad and bottom EVA foam. The keycaps are cherry profile, and of course we have double shot PBT keycaps. For the switches, we have inductive switches, and these are something new on the channel, for instance, because these are Kylie box inductive switch. Now, the type of inductive switch, you already know a bit about it, but let's go first with the specs, and then I'm gonna go with details regarding the switch. So what we have additional when we're talking about specifications: hot swappable, we have south facing RGB and per key RGB, 8000 Hz pulling rate, 32 kHz per key scan rate, 0.125 milliseconds latency, and key rollover anti-ghosting, and dimensions of the keyboard are 357 x 136 x 40 millimeters. The keyboard weight is around 2 kilos. I didn't weight it honestly because it really does feel even heavier than 2 kilos, but regardless of that. Now for the switches, now these are Kylie box inductive switches. The initial force is 35 grams plus minus 10 grams, and the total travel is 3.5 millimeters plus minus 0.2. Now the material is POM, and the operation life is insane, 100 million cycles. This is outstanding. Now this keyboard, as in TKL layout, you have a possibility to design it as you wish, with possibility to program the keys through the software and give you literally everything you want. The only thing that is missing here from the full-size keyboard is the numerical pad, so that's the only downside, I would say, for you guys that really want to have full-size keyboard. Now with the adjustable actuation, you have the possibility with the MAGCORE 87 to customize the activation point of each key to your preference. So this is outstanding, and you don't have to worry about, because you can go with light touch for rapid fire gaming, or you could go with full press for different type of typing or whatever, and this gives you a possibility to customize and tailor your keyboard towards your needs and likes. Because of these inductive switches, what you get is a smooth operation durability. I mean, let's be honest, 100 million clicks, cycles, or whatever, ensures that you get the precise key registration. And even in those most intense gaming sessions. And of course, when we take into consideration the RGB lights, what you get possibility is multiple presets that are possible in the software, and you can go with brightness, speed adjustment, color adjustment, and everything all together. So that's really amazing. Now the keyboard in some scenario looks, let's say, minimalistic, I would say. So complete black keycaps, and inside the box, apart from this keyboard, you get the USB Type-C cable, which is braided, but not that flexible in terms of not being able to move it precisely. Then what you get is 4 replacement keycaps, which are double shot PBT, and they're in black color as the other ones are. So if you don't like the see-through translucent keycaps that are already on escape space, enter and backspace, you can just switch them over. You also get a keycap and a switch remover, and apparently inside the box you do get 3 additional switches, which apparently I didn't get in this one. So that's a different story. But I did check their website, and what it says, you do get 3 additional switches in the box as a spare. So that's good, I do have to say. Now everything is pre-lubed, and this is great because, as you can see from a close-up, when you take a closer look from the stabilizers, not only switches but the stabilizers, they are pre-lubed and they do have a nice fallback, so they are, I would say, quite responsive when you press the space bar, and it evenly pushes backwards. So all the keycaps are really stable, and when you take into consideration the keycaps that don't have additional stabilizers, so it's only just the switch, the movement, the side movement, it's so minimal that is basically unnoticeable. So what this helps is, with the inductive switch, if you don't have those minimal movements, you won't get the actuation, and that is good because, for instance, I don't know, you're placing your hand on top, you get an actuation, and that might happen because it's really sensitive. So what I did is, of course, I had to turn it on and connect it to a PC to check out the actual software and how it looks and what it does. So when you access the software, of course, you're going to choose your keyboard. We have the MAGCORE 87 right here, and on the left you have all the menus that are accessible. So button, lightning, macro, travel distance, dynamic keying, and about, which gives you an idea about firmware and software updates and stuff like that. In the button menu, what you have is a possibility to adjust the normal, light, media, and macro. So basically reprogram the keys that give you an option to do literally everything. In the lighting, of course, you have an option to adjust the lighting from normal, breathing, gear, streaming, starlight, and so on. You have like 12 more, where you can see in the individual preset or effect, you can adjust the brightness, speed. The only thing that was a bit annoying, when you press apply, it says the operation is complete, so you need to press OK each time. At one scenario I did thought that it just got stuck, but it didn't. Then we go with macro, and after that we have the travel distance. So this is the most important thing, right? You have the trigger travel, and the interesting part is right here, what you have an option is to choose a segment of keys that you can adjust. So WASD, numbers, letters, select all, reverse, or simply cancel it. This gives you an option to adjust the travel, trigger travel, from 0.10 millimeters to 3.5 millimeters, and you can just simply slide it as you wish on the, let's say, ruler right here, and depending on the, let's say, individual segment, or you could just pick a specific key and adjust it as you wish. Now when we go to the right side, what you get here is fast trigger mode, RT, which you can activate or deactivate, as well as the independent uptake and down tap sensitivity, quick reset sensitivity. When the key is pressed beyond the set trigger travel, release the key to actually reach the set sensitivity to stop the trigger. Now the quick trigger sensitivity, which can also be adjusted from 0.01 millimeters to 2.5 millimeters, when the key press exceeds the set trigger travel and is released to the quick reset state, press the key again to reach the set sensitivity to continue triggering. And to actually feel the sensitivity and the distance, in the dynamic keying, what you have is to select the advanced key type to which the key is to be bound. We have single buttons for 4 functions. Then we have a single button can trigger 3 different keys at the 3 different depths, which is outstanding. Then we have pressing and holding and clicking on the buttons performs different functions. Then we have TGL, which is clicking the button turns on continuous triggering, holding down the button is normal, and a single key can send another key on release, and bind 2 keys. The later press key will force the release of the previous key. And as I stated, at the end we have about, which shows the keyboard firmware, key calibration, factory reset, language, and auto startup. So what can I say about typing? The typing experience is brilliant, and let's be honest, because of the inductive switches and how you can do the induction and everything all together, well, basically the sensitivity, you can really type away, let's put it this way, right? So there's no obstacles. If you don't press it fully, you have the actuation point at a different level, at different distance, which can be accommodated to your liking, what actually suits your needs. But in general, while typing, the sound is really nice. So it's not clicky, like irritating clicky, but you don't have that tactile feedback. So it's just press to the end, you hear something. Because if you're not pressing it full force, you literally don't hear anything until the switch bounces back. So that's it. That's the only sound you're hearing. Of course, there is no echoing because we have all the foam and dampening pads inside, and it's quite nicely constructed in general, the keyboard and everything all together. So what I would say is the typing experience is brilliant. The keycaps are really stable, and let's be honest, 100 million cycles is brilliant. Adjusting the sensitivity, the distance, and everything all together inside the software really gives you a possibility to adjust everything all together, giving you maximized customization of the keyboard and basically doing whatever you want. I mean, going with different sensitivity just to pair it up with your gaming style, or just going with triggers. So you have multiple options, you have multiple possibilities, and you can configure the keyboard definitely fully to your needs and liking, depending on the game, depending on what you do, and everything all together. The price tag is around, I think, around $200, 200 euros, which brings us to the point. Well, basically you have a fully customizable keyboard. You have full aluminum body, which weighs at least 2 kilos, and with the inductive switches over 100 million cycles, you're basically good to go. The cable is fairly long and braided, so you don't have to worry about that, and everything all together, just an outstanding keyboard. A bit pricier when we take into consideration all the keyboards in general, not custom keyboards, what you build yourself, but in general keyboards that you take into consideration. But when you take other keyboards from other manufacturers like Logitech, Razer, HyperX, that actually go from 100 euros to 150 or something similar to that, and if you're just going with a brand name, and if you're going just with regular switches, something that connects to your already, I don't know, you already have headset, you already have their mice, and you just want to complete your setup, okay, I understand that segment. But when you go into consideration and take something that has more function and in general functionality, possibility to customize everything, then I don't think I have to say anything further. I know loads of you guys are going into this direction when we're talking about inductive switches, and yeah, that's all that I can say. So this is Epomaker MAGCORE 87, which you already know the specifications, you already know all the features, so I'm not going to repeat myself. The link for the keyboard is in the description below, so if you're fancy going with something crazy as this, you can check out the links in the description, and you can of course check the current price, because at the point where I was recording this video, this was the price. So yeah, that's all for today. If you like the video, if you like the keyboard in general, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and don't forget to click the notification bell for future content coming quite shortly. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.